Okay, so tonight I'm making, this is going to be my online workshop. I didn't announce it in advance because whether I'm offering a make and take packet or not, everyone is still welcome to join. So I didn't actually mention the online workshop, but all the details are already posted over on my website, ChicnScratch. It's the most current post, the Facebook Friday number 41. So all the details are over there, and then all the projects that I'm making are actually what's going to be included in that make and take packet. I've got everything ready. So we have 12 sheets of the paper, and of course I'm going to say, gosh, I can't remember the name because it's a new catalog. So Picture Perfect Party Designer Series paper, and it's a pretty fabulous pack of paper. I really like a lot of the paper in our new catalog. So we're going to start making the first card. This is the supplies. This is the second. Is that the second? Yeah. And this is the third, and then this is the box we're going to be making, guys. Okay, so I'm going to get this out of the way. Here's the stamp set, Picture Perfect Birthday. That's the set that we got at On Stage. I did not cut the Designer Series paper because for those of you that are going to get the packet, I wanted to make sure that you see how to cut the Designer Series paper. I've got some supplies here. So I told you guys that I was going to show you how to get around not having the ribbon. So my fix is, here's the card that we're making, and instead of having the awesome ribbon that isn't available, what I've done is I've taken a piece of Berry Burst cardstock, used the crimper to crimp it, and then I stitched a line with my sewing machine to kind of create, where's the picture again? So let me show you the ribbon. So if you look at the ribbon here, we couldn't order that, and now it's not available. So my fix was to just use the crimper, and I did link to the crimper on my website. All the supplies were already listed over there. So I've gone ahead and done that in advance, but let's go ahead and make the project. So this is the kit that you guys would be getting. This is my kit because I've gone ahead and done a couple steps in advance so that we can get this video done in 30 minutes. So now I'm going to be honest and say this is a direct case out of the catalog. So let me show you. What I did is I just did my own take on this card because I don't know the measurements, and I didn't use Peekaboo Peach. I used Whisper White. Anyway, here we go. I could rattle on forever, you know that. I need to fold this in half. I usually use my scoring tool, but I don't even know where it is right now. And then now, so that was 8.5 by 5.5. What we're going to do is stamp this little background on the entire thing. And yes, Lisa, you are right. Here is the chalk marker. So this is actually going to be included in the make and take packet because I know a lot of people don't actually want to sew on their cards. So this is going to be included in the make and take packet because I'm going to show you guys how to do the same thing just by using the chalk marker. Okay, so I want to get this started. And I'm just going to go randomly. You can stamp off if you want. Most of this background is actually going to be covered up, so it especially doesn't matter because it's not going to be shown. Oh, and I forgot to say, if you're new to Facebook Friday or new to the live videos, feel free to let us know that you're brand new and you've never attended a live one. We like to always just say welcome. I will look for questions periodically, but mainly I'll look after each card or project. Okay, so now this piece is going to go right here on top. So I'm just going to use my snail. Oh, so I didn't explain. This is Lemon Lime Twist. It measures 4.5 by 3 3/4. And I went ahead and embossed it in advance with the new, where is it? It's right in front of my face. Here it is. The new Stripes. Simple Stripes Textured Embossing Folder. Yeah. Okay, now it's time to cut the Designer Series paper. I should have went ahead and got these out. So we're using this pattern, and then if you'll look really closely, there's this strip right here, and that is the candles, but we're using the candles on another card, so we want to be very careful about how we cut that. So this piece here measures 1/2 inch by 4 3/4. So I'm going to get my trimmer. So I'm just going to cut off 1/2 inch of the bottom. There's my 1/2 inch. And then now I want this to measure the 4 3/4, but I want the candles, the bottom of the candles, to be on both sides and not this dead space. So I'm going to remove that space, and then I'm going to cut this to measure 4 3/4. Okay? And there we have it. So there's that one. So you have this left over for another card, and now this piece here is going to get cut to measure 3 by 4 3/4. So you can make 2 cards out of this piece, because we're going to cut it at 3 first. And then 4 3/4. Okay, so save these for another card. And I have this just to show you that that was the layer that you would emboss. Okay, so now this is going to get attached right there. Let's see, I want to bring it in just a tad, right there. See? Is that straight? No, it's not straight. It's a good thing that that my office is so blasted cold that adhesive doesn't want to work down here. I know I'm preaching to the choir, right? It's cold everywhere, even in the South, even at home. Okay, so now let's stamp our image. I've got myself 2 pieces for just in case. I am going to go ahead and attach this piece too. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, I got all my ink pads here. Berry Burst. And here's my stamp. This stamp looks like I've already been using it for a year. I really have stamped quite a bit of stuff. Okay, is that centered? I can't tell. Nope, it's not. Ruh-roh, and I think I might need a new ink pad, or to re-ink it. Pretty good. Okay, so here is, so what I did, let me give you the measurements. So this is Berry Burst, and it measures 1 inch by 3 1/2. And I went ahead and put it on my sewing machine, and I stitched a line right down the middle, okay? So after that, all I'm going to do is put it in the paper crimper, and I did post a link on Amazon to this crimper. Of course, we used to sell these 10 years ago. I got to stop talking so I can crimp it straight. Okay. Now, if you were going to stitch a line, I'm going to show you that now. So instead of using the sewing machine, you take a ruler, preferably one that you could see like a 1/2 inch, because you want to do your stitching in the middle. And my marker is dried up. So I'm going to show you this, but it's not really going to work because I have not used this in forever. And if I'd known that it was dry, I would have ordered another one and it would have been here in time. But anyway, yeah. I searched the whole house today to look for one that wasn't dried up, but it is. So I'm going to redo that with my black marker or ink pen, and you guys are just going to pretend that this is white. Right? I did put one on an order, but it's a little too late now. Okay, so there we're going to pretend that's a white line instead of a black line. And then you would just do the exact same thing. You would just run it through the crimper a couple times. And it will show up. Yeah, I was even looking for white fingernail polish today. I was like, surely to goodness I have something. So see, there's what it's going to look like. I like the stitching too. Okay, so let's go ahead and attach this. So this is just going to go right on the top there. I did link on my website to a sewing machine that is the one I've been using. So if you're not really interested in ever sewing on fabric and you just want to do paper crafting with it, it's a fine machine. What was I saying? Oh, I was talking about the sewing machine. Yeah, so it's fine for cards, not so much for, I shouldn't say that. That sounds kind of snarky, doesn't it? Pretty cute card and easy to make. Yes, you could use a white gel pen. Absolutely. If you have one. Okay, so there's the first one. They look pretty identical, right? Yep. Cool beans. Okay, so we've got Peekaboo Peach. I've got my Bermuda Bay, which is this piece right here. And we've got some Whisper White, and then we're going to cut the Designer Series paper in just a minute. So let me give you the measurements. This is 8.5 by 5.5. We'll score that, or actually we'll just fold it in half, right? Okay. This Bermuda Bay piece measures what? Oh, 7/8 by 4. Yeah. Let's double check. 7/8. Yeah, it's 7/8 by 4, okay? The Whisper White is 1 1/8 by 2 3/4. That's for this one. This is for the other card we just finished. It's confusing me. Okay, let's get our paper out that I talked about earlier. So this one, so it's going to measure 5 1/4 by 4. So we don't have to do a whole lot of cutting on this one. We're going to cut it at 4. And you got to decide, if you look here, it shows that I trimmed a little bit off so that the candles could be a little more symmetrical. So I'm just going to take off just a smidge. And then now I'm going to cut it at 4. And then I'm going to cut this to measure 5 1/4. So I'm just taking a tad off at the top. And there is that one. See? I'm going to do the same thing with this piece. I'm going to run it through the crimper. When we made the bookmarks, we left the ink pads open for a long time. You know, when we send the catalogs, we do the in color bookmarks. And oh, that's so much better. Yay, I love new ink pads. So now we're going to take the Banner Triple Punch. Yeah, the crimper is old. Like, I seriously bought that probably right after I got my starter kit 15 plus years ago. Yeah, it still has like my very first Stampin' Up! Label on it and my old AOL email. That is too funny. I do not have that email anymore. Okay. Oh, we have another piece of Designer Series paper we have to cut in just a minute. I filmed 5 videos today for my fruit basket card class. Okay, maybe I gave you the wrong measurement on this. Let's see. I like to crimp it and then flatten it. No, that's right. So this is going to go at the bottom. Which side looks better than the other? The other side looks better. How far up? Let's see. I think right about there. Ruh-roh. And now we need to cut this piece right here. What does that measure? That measures 1 1/4 by 3 5/8. So we're going to cut this at 1 1/4. Break. Okay, this measures 1 1/4 by 3 5/8. 3 5/8. It's working fine now. Okay, if it's not, I'll stop and I'll restart. We'll give everybody another minute. Sorry about that. I wish there was some way we could turn off the phone option when we're live. It's frozen on my end, actually, which is okay. I know what I'm doing, but if it's frozen for you guys, hit Command R or Control R, and that should fix it. Okay, mine's working now. It's no longer froze. Thank you. I'm going to remember that. I actually need to write it down. This is angled a little too much. Oh well, we'll leave it. It'll be fine, right? Okay, so here's the original. Here's the one we just made. This one is a little bit longer, so I gave you the measurement of 3 5/8. I would, I'm going to change that to 3 7/8. Yeah. Okay, that card's done. Now for the next one. Okay, so the Make and Take packet will receive this box already cut out. So this is what you're going to get in your packet, okay? And I went ahead and done that so that I don't have to use the Big Shot tonight, so that we can get this done in 30. Although it's already been 30. Yikes. Oh well. The recording is available afterwards, so if anyone needs to leave, it's gonna be on there. I love the paper too. I really love it. Okay, so for this one, let me give you the measurements. We start out with Berry Burst, 2 pieces that measure 4 1/2 by 7, and then I cut out the Lots to Love box using the framelit. Then the other piece is Berry Burst, and it measures 5/8 by like 5. We're going to be trimming it down, see? But I wanted to go ahead and have a big enough piece to do 2 boxes. And here's showing to do the stitch line with your pen. So we're going to take the crimper and crimp this. I love doing this. Makes me happy. I have lots of scrap paper here beside me just for this to happen, because I knew it was going to happen. Third time's a charm, right? I could be using the Stamparatus, but perfect. Now we need to do the little candle flame, and that is right here. I'm so short. Okay, now I can cut this out, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to trim the bottom. There we go. So much better. Now we need to stamp the greeting. And that's using Memento ink, which is right here. The panda. I don't know if this is my good Memento one or my one that needs re-inked. Oh, it's the good one. Okay. Okay, that's done. Whew. We're going to take the banner triple punch and flag the end of this. Ooh. And then we're going to take this piece, and what I'm going to do is actually attach the adhesive here, and I'm going to lay this across, and then I'm going to trim off the end, so that way I get it exactly. Okay, my punch looks like it's having a little difficulty because it's so cold. I had to turn my space heater off, otherwise y'all wouldn't be able to hear me. Okay, let's make this box real quick. Oh, are y'all talking about the little absorber thingy? Yeah, I got mine on Amazon. That same page on my website, Angie's Links, it has the link to the absorber along with the crimper and the sewing machine. What else do I have over there? Oh, the gummy bears that I send as little thank yous sometimes. The little container that I keep my Stampin' blends in. Okay, so where's my tear and tape? So someone was asking about what fits in this box. Like a lot of candy. As long as it's not too thick. The nuggets are too thick, but like the Kit Kats, a lot of the Halloween, a lot of the Valentine candy will fit, but like not the sweetheart thingies. Not sweethearts. What are those chalky tasting things that everybody likes that I don't like? The conversation hearts. That's what they are. Yeah. No, those don't fit in here. I gotta get my paper piercer. I love those gummies too. My husband used our air fryer for the first time tonight, so guess what's waiting on me upstairs? Air fryer French fries. Long day, I'm just gonna say. It hasn't been a long, like not a terrible day. I've just been down here. I started filming my first video this morning at like 8, and then no sooner than I turned the the thing on the phone rang, and then somebody showed up at the door, and then I hope y'all can see me assembling this. Hope I'm in the camera view. There we go. Now we're going to cut the designer series paper for it. And that, you can use any of these patterns. Like I almost used the bows, but then I'm like, oh, I don't want to cover up the beautiful bows with my candles. So I chose the little whistle blowers. I don't even know what those things are called. What are they called? I chose that. I thought it looked good. So this is going to measure 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. And if you wanted to decorate the back, then you would use the other piece. So this is just going to go right on the front. Noisemakers, yes, thank you. I tried to think of that name all day today. I should have Googled it, but I was too busy. See how cute that is? So then this is just going to go right there on top. And I'm angling this. You could make it straight if you want to. And then this is going to go on here just like that with dimensionals. Okay. Cute, isn't it? The original and the one we just... I love this sweep. Seriously, like, and the samples, like, okay, so the box wasn't a case. Like, I didn't copy anything on the box. But, like, all 3 of these cards are pretty much right from the catalog. But I think they're really cute. And we didn't have to use the ribbon. So, Berry Burst. Let me get my instructions so that I can give you the proper measurements. This would be card 3. So Berry Burst, 8.5 by 5.5. And then Whisper White is 2 3/8 by 2 3/4. The designer series paper we're going to cut is going to be 1/2 inch by 2 3/4. That's right here. And I'm going to change this one up. So when I originally made this, I stamped it in Lemon Lime Twist. I'm actually going to stamp it with Memento ink and make the greeting pop a little more. Maybe we'll like it and maybe we won't. So, Dolores, I got my absorber from Amazon, but several people have said that you can get them from Walmart. Okay, so I'm going to get the designer series paper. So there'll be a lot left over of this one. Like I said, it measures 1/2 inch by 2 3/4. So I'm just going to trim 1/2 inch right off. Make sure you do it this way. There's an official term for that. And then 2 3/4. You could do it that way if you wanted to, but doing it the other way definitely shows you more colors. Okay, so we're going to start with this little image here, and I'm actually going to use my older Berry Burst ink pad, and I'm just going to make... I'm not going to try to do this perfect because it just isn't going to work. But this is definitely one of those cards that would be perfect for the Stamparatus. But I'm not using it tonight. Uh-oh, I went to the right again. Ugh, whatever. too bad. I think only one was really crazy, but let's go ahead and stamp the greeting. I just want to see if I'm going to like this. If not, then we can proceed. Oh, I think I actually am going to like that color better. Yep. So we'll take our stitched lemon lime twist, and this piece measures 1 by 3. I just stitched it down the middle, but you can use a white gel pen or a chalk marker. And then I crimped it, and then I'm flattening it. And then this is going to go, and we're going to trim it after I attach it, okay? So I'm going to take this right there. Which side looks better? This side. Ruh-roh. Now we'll add this. And the same thing, we'll trim this piece too. Okay, that's going to go there. So now we have those whistle blowers to, yeah, I like the black too. It pops. It was kind of invisible in the lemon lime twist. So yeah, I'm going to like it. So now I have a 1/4 sheet. This is what's going to be in the make and take packet, so that we can do the whistle blowers. Pool Party ink for all 3 of them. Okay, now we need Bermuda Bay with the stripes. And Bermuda Bay again with the dots. I seriously can't see where I'm stamping. There we go. Not too bad. Now we need Peekaboo Peach. Ruh-roh, I messed that one up. And these are going to get fussy cut. I stamped the wrong one, didn't I? Or did I? I should have done the dots on that one, but it'll be fine. Let's hope I don't cut myself again. Oh, finally the heat, well, I say finally the heat turned off. I really don't want the heat turning off, but it's so loud right here beside my ear. cut row. I trimmed a little extra off of that one. I normally leave a little bit of white around the image, but I'm not with the whistleblowers. Which one looks the best? I think this one looks better. So technically this one's supposed to have the little dots, but I'm not making y'all watch me do it again. There we go. Okay, so here's our card. And here's this layer, so we can go ahead and add this to the front of the card. Oh, right there. Yeah, that looks good. And then these little guys are going to go. Just don't laugh at my cutting job. We're calling that quick and dirty, right? Yeah, they could be a little bit prettier. So I'm going to use my mini dimensionals. They look better if you take your time cutting them. So I have French fries waiting on me upstairs. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I've been watching the weather about the storms. Well, it's cold here too. Goodness gracious, it's been so cold. I don't think I've even stepped out of the house since, what, last Sunday? Other than to walk to the mailbox. Yeah, I butchered these when I cut them, so... Look past the quick and dirty. Okay, so which do you like better? I think I actually moved it over a little bit too. Looks like I moved it over a little bit to the right. So a recap again. So here's the deal. If you use this hostess code, place a minimum of $50, you'll receive a make and take packet. And here's everything that you're going to get. It's already written over on my website, so I'm not going to spend too much time recapping all that. But I will show you all the projects again. So here's card number 4. Here's the box. Or not card 4, card 3. Yeah, so card 1, card 2, card 3, and the box. That looks good, doesn't it? I like the black too, but yeah. Except I need to fix this. So what I'll probably do is remake this card and make my little whistleblowers a little bit cuter. Yeah, so I'll need to take a picture of these projects. So I can't really take credit for the cards. All 3 of them technically were in the catalog. I just kind of tweaked them and made them work. Since we don't have the ribbon, I used the paper crimper and a sewing machine, or you can use a gel pen or a chalk marker. Kathy, if you guys have an IKEA, that's where I got mine. I have these. This came in a whole set that has bigger and smaller, even smaller than this. And so I keep my absorbers in here. Yeah, and it keeps them really nice because it seals. So IKEA is where I got these. But if you have a Bed Bath & Beyond, I'm sure they have something similar. So I'll see you guys again next Friday. Yeah, so I don't have anything going on next Friday either. So same time, same place. Y'all have a great weekend, and thank you.